Back everyone to this episode of Mr. Abiyomi Says. Returning guest, Geoff Kirk. How are you this morning, sir?
Not too bad, sir. And yourself? How's it going?
I'm doing good, man. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. So, lots to talk about. We're going to start with sports today. So sliding over to the NBA. So once they restarted last year, they went into a bubble. They didn't have any infections within inside the bubble. And, I felt the quality of play during the back part of the season. And, of course, the playoffs was pretty good, due to the circumstances. Now, this year, we've got the NBA dealing with the same things that all the other sports leagues are dealing with, because you've got, players who aren't supposed to be going to birthday parties or to nightclubs or, whatever. They're still doing it anyway. And so you've got some really lopsided games here just because you've got players exposed or players infected. And then you also have, there's this, the quality of play is definitely suffering. So, do you think the NBA will go back into a bubble situation, or are they just going to try to grind it out and see what happens?
I would hope that somebody would make the decision for them to go back into the bubble. You have a lot of young players in the NBA. Young people are prone to just, we're invincible. We can do whatever, and
We've both
not
been
have to pay
there.
for it. Yes, absolutely. So, this needs to be reined in a little bit. They play a lot more games, than any other sport other than baseball, I believe. So,
Hockey.
hockey
Plays, yeah.
they do the same thing. So they need to rein this in. I would like to see them go back into a bubble, or at least some amalgamation of, maybe not all the time bubble, but impose some type of amalgamation of the bubble, and on the weekends maybe you get time to go home or something like that. But they need to do something to get this corral.
Well, I was thinking maybe like this, looking at the rest of the season, and just maybe break it up into segments. Okay, we're going to do 20 games, shut down for a little bit. That way people can go home to their families and stuff like that. But of course, in order to come back in, you got to test back in. I mean, I think it would disrupt the season a little bit, but at the same time, you're going to get a season that's more consistent in terms of quality of play. And it also gives the players a chance to go home, spend some time with families, and then go back to it.
I like that idea, because the NBA is one, we're not supposed to see some of the blowouts that we've seen this year, and that's strictly due to COVID. So
Right.
if they could implement something like that, where we can get some more parity back in the league. You have a lot of quality players who are out just due to COVID tracing, actually catching COVID.
Right, exactly.
So they need to do something. They need to act on that.
Okay, all right, fair enough.